The slope-intercept equation isn't the only way to describe the relationship between x and y in a line. And sometimes it's not the easiest way. Take a look at this one, for example. I see here that where this line crosses the y-axis, it's not at an easily identifiable number. It's kind of between 0 and -1. I'd have to estimate if I wanted to use the slope-intercept equation. But what I do see is that this line goes through this point right here. It goes through the ordered pair 2, 1. Well, is there a way that I could use that information, a point I know about for sure, in order to get the equation of the line? The answer is yes. We just need to know two pieces of information. First, what is a point, and it can be any point, that the line goes through? And second, what is the slope of the line? We've already got our point. Well, let's do the second part. For the slope, I need to find another nice point. Here's one. And now let's count. To go from point to point, I've got to go up 2 spots. So my change in y is +2. And then I've got to go right 3 spots. So my change in x is +3. So my slope is change in y over change in x. We now have the information we need to use the point-slope equation. And it looks like this. Here, the letter y is going to stay the letter y. The letter x is going to stay the letter x. M is the slope number that we found. And the x1 and y1 are the coordinates of the ordered pair that we found that is a point on the line. So for this example, I would say my equation is y equals, and we're then going to just put the numbers in the spots where they go. The slope number of 2/3 goes in front of the parentheses. The x coordinate of the point, that's the 2, goes in where the x1 position is. And the y coordinate of the point, the 1, goes on the back where that y1 position is. Excuse me. Now, just to prove to you that this works, I'm going to hop over to my Desmos graphing calculator real quick and type in what we just found. 2/3, x minus 2 plus 1. And we should see a line that does the same thing. It goes through the ordered pair 2, 1. The y-intercept is a not so nice number that's somewhere between 0 and -1. And we also pass through the point here, -1, -1, that we use to calculate our slope. We've got the right equation. Here's what I would like you to put on your toolkit. The point-slope equation looks like this. M is the slope of the line. X1 and Y1, well, those are the coordinates of an ordered pair through which your point goes. The setup should look like this. Start with the pattern, and I'm going to switch here, I think, to a different color temporarily. So I'm going to try and switch to a different color. Let's see if that does it. And one more time. If not, we'll just stick with the blue. All right, we'll stick with the blue. So y equals, leave a little space where you're going to put your slope number. Notice it's always the letter x minus, and then a plus. Now, these signs may change. We'll see exactly how that works. The next thing to do is to put these numbers where they go. Your slope number goes in the front. Your ordered pair, the x coordinate goes in the x spot. The y coordinate goes back here in the y spot. Now, if you ever have plus and negative, I want you to combine those signs and treat it as a minus. If you ever have minus and negative, I want you to combine those signs and treat it as a plus. We'll look at some of those examples here in just a bit. So there's the front part plus the -1.6. It's going to look like -1.6. So this is the equation of a line that has a slope of -2 and goes through the ordered pair 3, -1.6.